Top 5 tips for first-time homebuyers. Quick disclaimer, this guide assumes you're securing financing for your home purchase and are not buying with cash. If you are a cash buyer, then not all these tips will be beneficial. Let's dive in. Tip number 1, know your budget. Now, a lot of people might think this means what priced home you should be looking at, but honestly, you won't know what that amount is until you get pre-approved. More on that in a minute. The budget I'm talking about is related to two numbers that will impact you the most. Number 1 is how much money you have access to, i.e. liquid funds in a checking, savings, or money market account, gift money from relatives, funds in a trust that you can access, and so on. Number 2 is how much money you can afford to pay each month once you're in the home. The reason these are important is this is what a loan officer will use to help you figure out what price home you can realistically afford. Breaking down these numbers a bit more, the first number will help determine how much of a down payment you can do while still having enough to cover the closing costs. Closing costs, in short, cover the one-time fees associated with facilitating your real estate transaction. I'll upload another video breaking those down further in the future. For now, at least in the state of Vermont, you can expect those to come in around 3.5% to 4% of the purchase price. For the second number, this will cover not just the mortgage payment, but also the homeowner's insurance, property taxes, PMI if applicable, and HOA dues if applicable. I often get asked how much someone's budget should be for both of these numbers, and honestly, there's no one good answer. The best I can offer is set an amount that leaves you comfortable after closing and into the next 5 years. Tip number 2, get pre-approved. The majority of first-time homebuyers will assume they need to speak with a realtor to begin their home buying journey. Though this is an important step, it shouldn't be the first. Also, the first question any realtor will ask is, have you been pre-approved? So what is a pre-approval? That's when you speak with a loan officer, such as myself, to determine how much you are eligible to borrow to purchase a new home. I'll post another video diving into pre-approvals, but in short, we're looking at 4 main aspects of your financial life: your income, assets, debts, and credit. The combination of these will determine which loan programs you are eligible for. Then combined with the 2 numbers from the first tip will determine how high your pre-approval is.
Perfectly not confusing.
Now at this stage, it's crucial you're working with a loan officer who will take the extra step to ensure you're meeting your budgets from tip 1. Often, lenders will tell you, for example, you're pre-approved for a purchase up to $800,000 and call it a day. What you really need to know is, yes, you're pre-approved for up to $800,000, but to stay within your budget, you should be looking at homes up to $400,000. Now, these numbers are just to illustrate my point, so don't take them to heart, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're setting yourself up for long-term success. This is likely the biggest purchase you'll make in your life, so make sure you know the numbers. Tip number 3. Before we get into that one, if you like this video, be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. So tip 3, create a non-negotiables list. If you put some serious thought into buying your first home, chances are you've come up with some sort of vision in your head of what that home looks like. But how detailed did you get? Do you know what type of home it is? For example, is it a condo, a single family, a duplex? Do you know how many bedrooms it has? Bathrooms? Does it have a yard, garage, finished basement? It's important to start making a list of things you want to have in your home and actually write it down. Now, once you have this list, you'll need to dial it in a bit. There's no such thing as a home that has literally everything you want in it. Well, maybe if you're a Kardashian or Tom Brady, then your home is probably baller as hell. But for the rest of us, we often have to settle. This is where the non-negotiables list comes in. Choose 3 or 4 items from your list that no matter what have to be in the home you buy. That way, as you start looking at homes, you'll quickly be able to rule out the ones that don't have your minimum non-negotiables. This will help simplify the whole process and relieve stress. Tip number 4, know what the next 6 to 12 months look like for you. Are you planning on switching jobs? Do you have cash under your mattress you're going to deposit next month? Are you getting married? Are you getting divorced? Are kids on the way? Is your vehicle lease term coming to an end? All of these can impact your pre-approval, so make sure you have a firm grasp of anything in your life that may change in the near future and tell your loan officer. You don't want a surprise car payment to kill your pre-approval in the middle of the purchase. I've seen it before and it's not fun for anyone, so stay ahead of it. Think of your loan officer like your attorney or doctor. They need to know everything about you in order to protect you. Tip 5, don't get discouraged. As of the recording of this video, December 2024, the housing market is heavily favored towards sellers. This means that homebuyers have a lot of competition with other homebuyers and often will be competing with multiple other offers on a home. Don't expect your first offer to be accepted. In fact, it takes on average about 6 to 10 offers before you get under contract. This can be very deflating and defeating, but if you go into this process knowing it will take some time, you can mentally prepare yourself. Not getting your hopes up too early will be very healthy for you in the end. Someone will accept your offer eventually, it's just a matter of time and persistence, so hang in there. That's all 5. Check out my next video where I break down how much money you should put down on a home. See you there.